Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back reacting to another episode of The Expanse. This is season 5, episode 4. It is called Gaugamela. Not, I thought it was Guatemala for a second, but it's not. It's Gaugamela. What happened last time on The Expanse? So I feel like the biggest thing that we left off with is obviously the biggest thing, with an asteroid striking, or not necessarily an asteroid, but just like a large rock striking Earth, and some poor fishermen just getting absolutely melted. That's not good for him. That's the biggest thing. That is one of, I think, if they stick with what happened in the books, that's one of 3, I believe, that hit Earth. And so I'm excited to see, the fallout of that, both like in terms of the physical damage and then also like the way that shifts how characters go about things. That'll be interesting to see. What else happened? We had Naomi getting kidnapped, by Philip and his crew, and so she's gonna go spend some time there. Holden did some stuff with Fred Johnson. They rescued Monica. Alex and Bobby are about to go like tail this ship of this general or whatever to figure out what's up with the arms dealing. Lots of big moving parts happening. Drummer is deciding to kind of bow out of the fight because she's like, this is a stage too big for my stardom. You guys do you. I don't want to. I'm happy where I am, and I like it. But I feel like she's gonna get pulled in anyway. Yeah, I feel like those are the big things. Amos is going to see Clarissa Mao in prison. She's going to see Peaches. And he will be with her when the rocks strike. I feel like I can say that because presumably that happens this episode. And if you've seen, like if you're here watching my video, you've seen this specific episode. I'll try and keep it to what happens this episode and not beyond. But I'm excited to watch this episode. I don't know what else to say. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video and please consider subscribing. That means so much to me. If you want to see more of my videos, especially subscribe to me. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to my Patreon, linked below, where you just link up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. Or if you just want to support me in general, go down there. Other than that, I think that's all I got. So let's watch this stinking show here. Guys, pals, friends, bros, gals. The Razorback. We're starting off with them. The Screaming Firehawk is what they renamed it. Okay.
You spent 10 years in the Marines. Navy cost me 20 in my marriage.
He doesn't want to believe that what he gave up his family for is not what he thought it was. She's already seen Mars die in front of her.
An informer in your crew?
No, like a real rat.
Pet rat when I was a kid. One day I woke up and Mouse was laying on her side panting, eyes glazed over. My mum told me she was dying and tried to take her away, but I demanded that I stayed with her until she passed. I sobbed for hours. No matter how traumatic the loss is, you only have so much emotional stamina. Even grief can get used up. I went through the exact same thing you're going through right now. And when you come out the other side of this, you're going to want to be doing something that matters.
Except he might not come out the other side of it, because his actor's getting kicked off the show.
All ships headed for Earth are advised to expect delays. as UN traffic control clears patterns for vessels involved in emergency relief efforts.
Because it exploded.
The details of the impact, but estimates put the blast between 200 and 300 kilotons. It is unclear whether this is related to today's explosion on the Martian Parliament, which happened almost simultaneously.
We will continue to update you as we learn
Ooh.
more about this tragic event.
They blew up Martian Parliament too? I feel like did that happen in the books? I don't remember that.
Be careful with that.
Aww.
Jacket too, sir.
He kept the mug.
Don't be nervous.
I'm not.
He's like, these people aren't even as cool as me.
Block houses inmates with body modifications. Konachek. That's what we call a volunteer. He could get his mods removed, but he won't. He doesn't care if he stays down here.
That's nuts.
Yeah, well, so is Konachek.
He is kind of a psycho.
Hey, Peaches.
She's like, hold up, what?
Yes, I am. Wide open spaces, clean, not too crowded.
Yeah, and then things got a little dicey.
Yeah, till everybody started shooting each other. Parasites began eating our eyeballs. Giant alien machines came out of the ground and exploded.
Blockers every morning. Food through a slot in the door. Half-hour walk around the yard. Therapy once a week.
She's got it rough.
Breathe in.
But she did commit a few crimes.
Eat. Shit,
So,
sleep.
you know, she blew up an entire ship.
Do you want me to leave?
You said you weren't coming down the well. Did you come here to help me?
I guess I did.
Maybe you did. Can't really do much,
You
though.
can't. No one can.
Well,
Every state comes out.
in a sense, Marco and Naros can help. Because
What is it?
things gonna get
Lockdown.
shifty.
Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah, that guy's feeling like an idiot now.
What?
The second rock just hit Earth.
What if the third asteroid just smokes this plane out of the sky? Just like absolute snipe.
Ma'am, this is Chef Casey on UN1.
I know who I fucking called. You fattened me up for years with microphones.
I know who I called.
The rocks crashing down on Earth are covered in Martian stealth composites. That's why our spotters cannot see them.
Why would Mars?
It's not Mars. It's
Marco and Naros.
Yes, and I can prove it. But right now, you have to trust me.
Yo,
What do you recommend?
third rock, smoke that plane out of the sky.
That can penetrate stealth.
I've always admired your persistence.
I prefer to think of it as perseverance.
I'll bet you do.
Man, get down! Oh my god.
Yeah, third rock. See ya, loser. Screw that girl. Get cooked, gal. Whoa. I like that. They're walking on the ceiling / the floor because it doesn't matter which one it is because there's no gravity, so you know they can do whatever. Ooh, they don't even know. Yo, Holden's gonna find out that Earth just got rocked. Yeah, she knows stuff's happening. This is the simultaneous attacks. This is the third attack. They're trying to hit Tycho at the same time.
What are you talking about? Get everyone out of there now! It's a trap! Come on, go, go, go!
Ooh! It was her. Fred doesn't die here.
They're firing on us again!
What is that hitting? Ooh. Dang. Yeah, you gotta go get that, son. Oh yeah, he's just gonna be internally bleeding. You can't move any faster than that, dude. How slow are you gonna walk? What the frick is that? Did they launch that? Or is that Fred Johnson's? I think they launched that. Capped. Hit her. Hit her with the helmet. Just get off me.
You're gonna help us get it back.
You lose. You all lose.
You lose. You're the loser. You meanie. He's fine. He doesn't die here.
He deserved to finish what he was building.
He doesn't die here. This is not how Fred Johnson dies in the books. No. No. Come on now. He's got to die in like book 7 or whatever it was. This one doesn't hit. Yeah. Is that Russia? Is that where Ava or what? Who the Russian priest? Whew. So begins her precarious position.
This is our moment.
Oh, she has no idea what they did either.
Raising a child gives you a certain ambition you otherwise never would have had. A primal desire to give your child a better world than the one you were given.
Is he indirectly blaming her for all this destruction?
I thought Philip was a man, but I guess in some ways he's still a little boy who needs his This I did want to be a surprise.
You did this.
It's everything we ever dreamed of.
You murdered millions. Innocent
Yep.
people. You put blood on our son's hands, just like you did to me.
He did not make me do anything. I was proud to do my
He
part.
subconsciously made you do it. 3 hit and 1 burnt up in the sun. So 10 rocks.
Would have been our triumph. 2.
They wanted 10. 10 would have destroyed the earth completely.
But after 3, the inners will never perceive us as weak again. This time.
No! Say, don't lock me in. Open the fucking door! Open the door, please!
Yeah, she is now a prisoner of a terrorist.
My name is Marco. I am the commander of the Free Navy. We are the military arm and voice of the outer planets, and we are the ones responsible for striking our oppressors on Earth and Mars. This attack was retribution for any further.
I feel like there's a better way to do this, pal. Instead of blowing them up.
The inner planet's Free Navy now possesses the last remaining sample of the proto-molecule. Any transgressions by the inners and the Free Navy will not hesitate to unleash the proto-molecule on either planet. We recognize the right of Earth. Citizens of the Belt, Beratnas, rise up now. In joy and glorious resolve, this day is ours. Tomorrow is ours. The future of humanity is ours. Today and forevermore.
He's
We
charismatic.
are free.
Guy's charismatic as frick, dude. Frickin' balls. Oh! It's the end of that episode. Okay, that was a really good episode. My only gripe with it is that I wish we could have seen a little bit more of Amos and Peaches. I think we'll probably see more of them in the next episode or 2. Next episode will probably be them like escaping from the prison after it got jacked up. Because I think it starts flooding, if I'm sure. And then they have to work with some prisoners and some guards to make it out. Episode 6 will probably have them be like on the planet trying to find a way to get off the planet. Yeah, but things went exactly as I predicted they would go, obviously, because I knew what happened. So we start off with let's see, where is this the start? Okay, so we start off with with Alex and Bobby tailing this ship, and he's for some reason he doesn't want to admit that multiple entire Martian crews could be in on this, because he doesn't want to admit that Mars is dying. Like not just like straight up Mars as a place like is no longer what it is or what it used to be, but like the people of Mars are no longer who they used to be. The dream of Mars is gone. Bobby has experienced this last season, when she's no longer in the military, and she just sees all that the war and the Ring Gates has wrought on Martian society. She saw it all. And now Alex has been experiencing it slightly when he's back on Mars, just seeing all the closed storefronts and stuff. And now he doesn't want to admit that this is like a deep-seated thing within even the Martian military, because he spent so much time in the Martian military. He spent 20 years in the Martian Navy. he gave up his family for the Martian Navy. Like, probably his biggest regret in life. Actually, I can't remember if in the books he fully admits that he doesn't regret, leaving his family. But, like, at least something that he is actively looking back on now in shame of, like, abandoning his family for the Martian Navy. Like, that thing that he abandoned them for is now, like, dying in front of his eyes, and he's kind of seeing it as, like, this was all a waste. Like, the ideals that I fought for and almost died for are being thrown away by my former brothers in arms. And, he gave up his family for this. And Bobby has to be like, like, she's fine, because she's like, I've dealt with it. I already did my crying for Mars. Talks about her rat. And, Alex is gonna have to go through that. They set up an interesting storyline for Alex, which may, if it does come to fruition, it's only gonna happen in this season. Or it could go on, but something tells me they're not gonna recast Alex Kamal. So whatever arc that Alex is gonna go through, he's gonna have to go through just this season, because Cass Anvar is not going to be returning for season 6. He has been kicked off from the show, because of his interactions with fans and the inappropriate nature of them. So Alex's story might end at the end of this season. So that'll be interesting to see how they take him through that. Amos, we pick up with Amos. He's going to the prison, going down to level 10, which is, it's like super prison, where all the worst people go. And level 10 is for all the people with body modifications. So they have, like, 3 or 4 prisoners down there, and then just I think they have 3, because there's 3 cells. So they got, like, 3 prisoners and, like, 30 guards. And there are some interesting characters down there. The guy, I forgot, it starts with a K. He could get his stuff taken out, but he's like a straight psycho and just wants to chill down there. Like, he gets a little ego boost of, like, being known as, like, hyper criminal. Like, he's like, I could kill everyone here. He's just insane, doing dips, just staring at people like. But Amos, he interacts with Peaches, and she's getting pumped, just pumped full of blockers, because she could activate her body mod as well and just start taking people out, because it'd be too dangerous to remove it from her, and the effects on her afterwards would be even worse than this. I like that they did a nice job of translating the scene, like, from the books, of just, like, how much her situation sucks, because you get to know her and you feel bad for her, because, end of season 3, she turns back to the good side after all the bad things she's done, and she helps them out, and she becomes friends with Amos, but she still has to atone for, she blew up a ship full of people, which isn't good. She's technically a terrorist, and her life just sucks. Like, she gets to walk around for 30 minutes a day, and otherwise she's in like solitary confinement in the bottom of the well somewhere. And Amos is trying to be there for her, like, maybe give her some sort of light ahead. Like, she's looking at her situation like, no one can save me from this. Like, they won't let me die. Like a while ago, she was like, I have to atone for this. Now she's at the point where it's like she'd probably rather be dead, but she just, she can't. They won't let her die. She has to atone. And Amos is appearing kind of like a light, and she's super pumped about that. Like, she's crying. She's happy about that, because she's like, yes, my friend is here. There's light in the darkness, but she's also pissed off about it and mad. like, because she doesn't want that hope of being like, oh, like it's like a facade almost. Like he's showing her something she can't have. He's showing her friendship and, you know, almost the idea of a way out. And she's like, I'm going to be stuck here forever until I die. Like, why are you here reminding me of that? And it sucks, you know? She's like, no one can save me here. And you know, it's a bummer. I like Peaches. Meanwhile, Avasarala is trying to call Gao. She's like, yo, shit is going down. Like, what are you doing? I know how to fix it, and none of your people will answer my phone call. And her and the coward from last time, they're like, yo, no one's answering. So she calls the friggin' chef and gets on the phone with Gao. Mind you, 2 rocks have hit now. So the first one hit somewhere like coast of Africa, roughly. The second one hit 50, what did they say, 50 kilometers from Philadelphia. And then the third one, I can't remember where it said it hit. I don't know. I thought I read Antarctica on the screen, but I feel like that's definitely wrong. I'll have to go back and look later. But yeah, she's talking to Gao, and she's like, yo, stealth composites, readjust the satellites now. And they readjust the satellites, and they're like, sweet. And then they're having almost a little banter, like, you stubborn old bitch. And she's like, you young little bitch. I hate you. And they're like, And they're maybe on the road to becoming a little less hating each other. And then frickin' almost exactly what I hoped would happen. I was hoping one of those rocks would just straight snipe this plane out of the sky. Like wouldn't be the shockwave. It would just like just destroy it. But no, it lands roughly close to them, and then the plume, the mushroom cloud, and the shockwave takes down her plane. Nancy Gao is dead. Boom! Praise the Lord. She sucks. I hate her. Nancy Gao was the worst in the books, and she sucked in the show too, so I'm glad she's dead. All right, and then we pick up with Holden and Fred Johnson and Bull getting ready to do this like mission to take this cargo ship, but it's a trap because dumb little, what's her name? Cam or whatever? Sakai. I forgot if this character was in the books. At first I thought she was playing Sam. There's a character named Sam in the books who I think was a good person. And for some reason I thought this girl was playing her, but she wasn't. But I was right that she is she's the bad guy. She was the mole in their system. I figured that out a little earlier in the season because I remembered some things, like stuff that happened, and I knew it wasn't going to be Bull. And I was like, there's only like one other person that they could make this be. And it wasn't going to be Anderson Dawes because, you know, this is the type of thing where like the person has to be kind of like on screen doing stuff. So it's kind of obvious that it was her. She obviously tipped him off, and they shoot rockets. I think Bull lives. And then she shoots Fred Johnson. I think they're trying to make us think that he died. And if he did die, that would be very interesting because in the books, he did not die. Like, this is not how Fred Johnson dies in the books. If you don't want to be spoiled, skip the next 30 seconds. Okay. So in the books, I think it's like book 7 or 8, Fred Johnson, like he survives this thing. But then he is, actually it might be book 5, 6. I don't remember which book it is. But he's in a ship with Holden, and they're fleeing possibly the Free Navy, and you know, like the rapid gravity shifts and all that. That is what kills is what kills him. Actually, I don't think they're fleeing the Free Navy in that one. I think they're fleeing Winston Duarte. Possibly. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, so it's interesting if they choose to kill Fred in this episode. That'd be different from how it goes in the books. But then they send in some robot who steals the sample of the protomolecule. I can't remember if that's how it went in the books either. I think it is. I think the Free Navy gets their hands on the protomolecule, from what I remember. And Holden makes it, Monica makes it, and little Sakai's like, ooh, you lose. Woohoo, we win. And it's like, you suck. And she's trying to blow stuff up, doing her darndest to kill everybody. In the books, I don't know if they'll do it. I thought in the books they try and blow up the Rocinante as well. Like, if I remember, in the books, they're like literally about to take off, and like they're seconds away from turning on the reactor, which would have used Naomi's old program, and it would have detonated the Rocinante and like killed all the cool people. But I guess they didn't go that route in the show, so that's interesting. Mr. Coward comes in, admits he was a coward, and takes Avasarala to show her all the Earthlings that are still alive. I thought she was gonna do some like inspirational speech there. Turns out, nah. But so we know 3 rocks hit Earth, 3 rocks missed, and 3 rocks were destroyed. That's 9 rocks total. And then the previous rock that blew up in the sun and ended up killing the science vessel people. So that's a lot. If all 10 of those rocks hit, that would have been insane. Earth would have been completely done. It's insane. Then we pick up with Naomi. She is being brought to Marco by Philip. And he's trying to be like, ooh, long time no see, ex-wife, or we're still a family. And she's like, no. She's like, you're a terrorist. And now you have blood on our child's hands. Like, you're the worst. And like, even worse, like, you put blood on his hands and you made him think that he wants that. Like, his mind games are so deep on Philip that Philip does not even realize like the things that he has done and the effect that will have on him. I'm interested to see at what point does his actions start to creep in, and how is Naomi going to affect his mental state? Because in the books, that's a very interesting dynamic of like what happens when Naomi comes aboard their ship and how it influences the way Philip thinks about this whole situation. And then the way that Naomi gets off this ship is probably some of the hypest crap I've ever read in a book. Like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. Like, oh, it's gonna take your breath away. It's dope as frick what Naomi does to get out of here. If she gets out of here, you don't know. Yeah, and then Marco's trying to show off in front of her, like, our people, look at what I did for our people. I can't speak the Belter slang. I suck at it. But he's just showing off. Like, it's all about his ego. Like, he doesn't actually care about the Martian people, or not the Belter people. He doesn't care about Martians either, or Earthers. He doesn't care about the Belters. He just cares about how they view him. He's got hatred for Earth and for Mars because he feels as though his people have been wronged, but mainly he feels like he has been wronged because he's part of those people. He doesn't care about anyone else though. He's like, whatever. I'm the one that got wronged. And so now he's just a showboat. Like, he's charismatic, but he cares about himself and how others view him. Like, even when Naomi's here, he's trying to act like they were still in love when they were young, and he's like, look what I freed our people. How are you not happy for me? Like, how are you not happy for our son who murdered all these people and stole the stealth paint? Like, we're gonna be a family. And it's like, no, no, you're the worst. And then, yeah, ends the episode with a charismatic speech to the Belter people, being like, we are free of their tyranny, and now we're the ones in charge. Which, you know, it's a hyper violent form of like reparations. So oftentimes in media, and I mean, this is like an actual proposition by some people, and I think has been implemented in small, very, very small, like mostly insignificant ways. But there's an idea of reparations, particularly for like slavery, where they touch on this in the show Watchmen really well, where you know, the citizens of a particular town, city are killed, massacred, and so their descendants get like an extra, they get paid extra per year, or like get their taxes taken off or whatever, and this is paid for by everybody else. Like, so all the other like white people and presumably Asian people and whoever was not involved, or whoever is not the descendants of the people that were killed, they pay extra money in like taxes or whatever, and that goes to the descendants. So that's like their way of making amends for the actions of the past people. Marco is taking that and turning it into like this hyper violent version of it, where he's like, one, we're gonna yeet some rocks at you, kill tons of you. Like, that's step one of becoming almost even. You know, you all die because of the years and years and decades of pain that you have inflicted on us. And then the next step is, now we're the ones in charge and we take what we want. You know, you're allowed to survive. Like, in our great mercy, we will allow you to live. But you have to stay on your own planet. You're not allowed to go anywhere else. The vacuum of space is ours. Like, Earth and Mars, no longer allowed to send rockets anywhere. Like, they can't go out and get resources from space. They have to probably buy those resources from the Belters. And Earth, by the way, is effed. Like, talking about the last time in the last discussion episode, like the cascade effect, where certain parts of Earth have been destroyed, that carries out and it kills like most of Earth. Like, Earth is almost uninhabitable. So he's like, oh, you can survive, but they're not gonna survive. And then he blows up Martian Parliament. Mars gets off easy, and there's a reason for that, and it is because okay, if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess, for future stuff, skip the next 30 seconds to a minute, starting right now. Okay, so I believe the reason why Mars does not get as much of a brunt as Earth does, one, well, the main thing is because there's a whole faction of Martian military and political leaders that have kind of broken off from Mars and partnered with Marco, and they are helping him. That's where he gets most of his fleet for the Free Navy. You know, they are on his team now, and so that's why they get off early, or not early, but easy. But okay, back to the non-spoilers. So he blows up Martian Parliament, and then now he's like, we are in charge of everything that's not your planet. The ring gates, ours. the vacuum of space, like the entire galaxy is ours. Like, we are the top dogs now. And it's probably a hecka inspirational speech for all the belters, especially the ones that feel as though they have been trotted on and looked down upon. And yeah, things are gonna be very different going forward. I think what they're going to be doing is this season is going to be just the devastation that Marco and the Free Navy have wrought, and then season 6, I believe, is probably going to be just an all-out war, and that's how they're going to end the show. Is just the war that they eventually will win. And then I still don't know what the plan is after that. Like, are they just done there, or like, what are they gonna do with the final 3 books? Because even after the Free Navy stuff, there's some stuff that goes down that is some real heavy stuff. Deaths of characters. Things that would be crazy if they just didn't touch on. So I'm really interested. Yeah, what did you guys think of this episode? Were you as hyped, or not hyped? Were you as mind blown about what just happened? Like, did this catch you off guard? Earth getting yeeted upon? Were you pumped that Nancy Gao died? I was. She sucks. Did you suspect Sakai as the person that was doing bad stuff? Yeah. Let me know, what did you think? Just comments, anything. If you're still here, type something in the comments. I don't care what it is. Preferably something to do with the show, but whatever. What's your favorite chicken restaurant? Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I feel like it's a little hard to speculate about what's going to come next in the show, because I, for the most part, know. But I'm still excited to hear what you guys thought of the episode. I loved it. I love this show quite a bit. This is easily one of the best shows on TV that nobody is watching, and I love it a lot. So tell your friends about it. Tell your friends to watch all of it, and then tell your friends to watch my videos about it. I think that's all I got, man. If you liked what you saw, whether it be my reaction or the episode itself, leave a like on the video. That means a lot. It helps the algorithm. If you want to see more of my reactions, whether it be to The Expanse or now Bridgerton that I'm watching, or in a week, WandaVision, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when I upload. If you want to support me on Patreon, whether that just be like in general, or if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to my Patreon. It's linked in the description. You just for the full-length reactions, you just sync up your own copy of the episode and you watch along with me. I include the first 30 seconds of the episode so that you can easily get synced up and watch. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. Means a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.